Good morning. Reuters this morning has a poll saying that real estate prices are set to soar around the world thanks to low mortgages and high vaccine rollouts. However, if you're investing elsewhere, we may have some tidbits for you. 14 S&P company shareholder boards have reportedly rejected CEO payslips so far this quarter. We're talking Halliburton, GE, Starbucks, Intel, Disney, and many more. Still, the Nasdaq led indices up yesterday, guided mainly by tech shares. Even the S&P's technology sector gained 2%, with the 10-year bond yield at a 2-week low. We got more backwind from St. Louis Fed head Bullard, who said that there was no reason to change the Federal Reserve's asset purchasing policy anytime soon. Fed board member Lael Brainard told reporters yesterday that rising inflation was temporary and due to recent supply chain disruptions. She also said that the use of cryptos could threaten the U.S. economy, but a central-bank currency may alleviate some of those concerns. This afternoon, we'll be seeing manufacturing sales from Canada and house prices in the U.S. an hour later to perhaps prop up a paltry dollar. The EU is preparing to block Belarus Airlines from its skies after that country forced a Ryan aircraft to land so they could get their hands on a traveling dissident. Equities across the region were up about 0.5% yesterday. The pound is also up after central banker Bailey told reporters that his bank does not expect to enforce negative interest rates anytime soon. The UK is reportedly reconsidering tariffs on US steel imports despite a joint desire to work on WTO reforms, according to Trade Secretary Liz Truss. England will also reportedly withhold approval of Biden's global minimum corporate tax proposal unless the US approves scrutiny of tech giants. Meanwhile, EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen told reporters yesterday that tensions with the UK were not about Ireland, but the kingdom's continued attempts to hinder implementation of the Brexit agreement. She said that both sides were actively seeking solutions for the movement of goods between North and Southern Ireland. Cable is struggling to get through that 141.74 resistance level, but we're still in a year-long rising channel. On the hourly chart, we have room for optimism as the RSI turns back a bit from overbought, but those volumes are still green and we're still above a rising moving average. We could find ourselves glued to the politics of this one. Still ahead this morning, German business indicators in about an hour and French bond yield auctions at 1 GMT. The yuan this morning is at a 3-year high against a weakening US dollar, despite Chinese central bank attempts to maintain a steady rate. Asian shares are all up thanks to lessening inflation concerns. The Shanghai Composite leading with 2.33%, but New Zealand's Dow losing 0.12%. Tonight, New Zealand may redeem itself with its trade balance for April at 10 to midnight, and the central bank interest rate decision at 2 a.m. Cryptos are back up this morning after Elon Musk said it would be possible to mine bitcoins using green energy. Still, HSBC seems to be towing the Chinese line, its CEO telling Reuters yesterday that his bank would be staying away from cryptos because they're too volatile. Oil's rise is stymied at 66.14 ahead of tonight's API report that follows 3 consecutive beats, 2 drawdowns and a 600K increase last week. The commodity was rising steadily after last week's extremely positive manufacturing PMIs from across the globe. Meanwhile, gold keeps wedging upwards towards 1880, with resistance at 1890, wondering if it's time to react to a weakening dollar. At the moment, we're looking at mainly negative implications, a dropping RSI, soon to be oversold, a MACD that's just getting further away from its signal, and an asset that's tried twice so far to break the Bollinger Bands to the downside. Still, we're above the central pivot point that's providing some stiff support, and we have clear indications for targets to the up and downside, namely 1907 and 1860 respectively. So again, it's a case of wait for the data or hit one of those levels. Amazon is putting the final touches to its $9 billion purchase of MGM. The deal is meant to provide more streaming material for their platform, and that makes it the company's second major purchase after Whole Foods in 2017. Intuit is on the block today. They've had to lower their 2021 outlook because of a tax deadline extension, but that's temporary. They're still the only major kid on the US block, but there are some European firms breathing down their necks. Let's wish them luck with their Q1 earnings report at the opening of the New York Bell, and we wish the same to you too. Bye.